Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Halloween Resurrection, starring Busta Rhymes, Sean Patrick Thomas, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Tyra Banks, and Jamie Lee Curtis, and directed by Rick Rosenthal. Now, why did I bring up Jamie Lee Curtis last? Well, let's get into this, because it's going to be within the next 2 minutes that you'll have to stop this movie. We open with the classic music theme from the original movie, and we get an on-screen Laurie Strode, returned by Jamie Lee Curtis, is in an insane asylum. But wait, there's more. And we see Laurie doesn't take the pills that make her sane, but she instead puts them in a doll, and we, the audience, find out Laurie killed the wrong man, who is disguised as Michael Myers, for reasons Hollywood wants to make more Michael Myers movies. And Michael finds her at the insane asylum, and they have a brief fight, and here comes the moment that pisses me off. Laurie dies from a stab by Michael and drops her off the top of the building, and I thought, why? Why would you do this movie again? For two reasons. One, why kill Laurie Strode from the very beginning of this movie and never bring her back? It's baffling to me. Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis wanted more money or something. I don't know. And two, why make this movie to bring back Michael Myers? Sure, but no characters from the first one. But Laurie is back for only one scene. And that's because the studio wants more money. Which is such a cheap way for the wrong reason and the wrong thing to do for so many reasons. Because now we'll have another set of characters to hate, and that pisses me off. In Haddonfield University, we get introduced to Sarah Moyer, played by Bianca Kajlik, forgive me if I said that wrong, and Jen, played by Katie Sackhoff, and Rudy, played by Sean Patrick Thomas, get accepted in a reality live TV show called Dangertainment, where it'll take place at Michael Myers' house. And Sarah, I've seen this actress before in these two movies. Katie Sackhoff, who plays Jen, I know of this show, but I've never seen it to this day. But I have seen her in a couple of movies, such as and Sean Patrick Thomas, who I've seen and liked him, and I like him as an actor, but I liked him in this movie most of all. At the audition, we get introduced to Freddie Harris, played by Busta Rhymes, who I've seen in this movie. And I'll be talking about him more when I get to this series next year. Donna, played by Daisy McCracken, who I don't know very much as an actress. Bill, played by Thomas Ian Nicholas, who I loved him in this series. And Nora, played by Tyra Banks, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm not a fan of hers, and these fucking characters are flat. Like, really flat. Like, I could give a shit whether or less they live or died, except for maybe Rudy. I guess I failed to bring up Deckard, aka Miles Barton, who's a forgettable hero with Sarah and Freddie, and is Sarah's secret boyfriend on a computer, I'm guessing. And I feel that's a relationship gone to hell. Once the movie ends, it ends up like forgettable, because these fucking characters suck balls. So he goes to a Halloween party led by Miles' friend Scott's sister, who I don't really know the name of, and who's remaining nameless throughout the movie. Miles goes on in the computer room to search up Dangertainment, which is a stupid name for a live TV show, by the way, folks, in which Sarah is on. And while we were at the house, and Bill asks Jen to take off her shirt, and I thought, oh great, she's dead. But she messes with Bill by putting back her shirt on. It was so telegraphed it wasn't very funny either. Meanwhile, Jen screams and scares the living shit out of everyone, was very bad acting, and was painful to watch. Bill's death could have been off screen, because his death scene was very unnecessary. Donna gets naked with Jim, who's on the show as well, and is a dreadful character, and I honestly can't fucking stand him. Especially because of how annoying this goddamn character is. Freddy is the most obnoxious out of all the characters, and to be honest with you guys, Busta Rhymes, he's not an actor. He's a rap artist, and a damn good one too, but he dresses up like Michael Myers, just horrible. To scare the crap out of people like that. Just, Jesus. Donna tries to find Jim and touches a dead rat, and I thought this is the end of your screen time in this movie, and she'll get killed 2 minutes later, and her death was completely fine with, because she came up to me like a bitch, I felt like. Jen gets her head cut off, and Miles realizes Sarah is in danger, and everybody else doesn't. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And this is no longer fake, and Jim's death I was kind of fine with, because the character is so fucking dreadful. And Rudy fights Michael, and his death I was kind of not okay with, because I usually like Sean Patrick Thomas. Sarah calls for Miles, and everyone realizes this is no longer a fucking joke. You think? And she goes out of the window to the roof, and I felt like screaming, "Jump, bitch! Jump! You'll survive! Just get the fuck out of there!" Run into Michael, and Freddy kung fu's Michael's ass. I found hilarious in the wrong fucking movie. They think they killed Michael, but as usual, you can't fucking kill Michael Myers. And Freddy gets stabbed, and Sarah runs for her fucking life, while Michael keeps chasing her non-stop until they get to the tool shop at the house, and Sarah uses a chainsaw at Michael and gets the place on fire, and Michael stands up, and Freddy comes in and says, "Trick or treat, motherfucker!" And Michael almost had Freddy burned, but Freddy electrocutes Michael as both he and Sarah escape together. Michael is taken to the surgery room and comes alive, and I hope it's never to be continued until this new movie, but it's not going to take place in that universe, because this universe sucks. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 3.2 out of 10. This is such a silly, dreadful movie with a bunch of bad acting, and I'm glad it went by like a zip, because they know it's bad. I think it may be time for a reboot, and that's what we're going to get next week. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with that reboot of Halloween. And until next time, trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat.